Wait, maybe I should grab my water bottle. Because Arknights story doesn't have voiceovers. Therefore, I need to read it myself. Which I am a bit nervous about, not gonna lie, because it has been a while since I have tried to do my cringe voice acting for an entire stream. Top messages, all messages. There we go. Finally, Arknight. I have been wanting to stream Arknights for such a long time, but never did it because there were a lot of other things in the way, and I decided to give preference for those frontline. So, what can I say? Anyway, ending a Grand Overture. The events after the confrontation with the Sarkas in Victoria. Kiro, are you going to clear the stages? Fuck no! I already cleared the stages. I'm not going to do it all over again. Kiro, why did you clear the stages outside of stream? Well, because I need to farm. I'm not going to just sit idle here. Just seeing the time pass and not grab all the items that I can and try to farm the stages. Anyway, so because of that, no gameplay, just story, as it should be. GOST1, Course of History. History is like a sailing ship adrift, the course of which no one can predict. I assume this story is going to have a very solemn tone because it happens right after the war, right? Very solemn term. Perhaps very introspective also, since we are focusing on Vina right now. Isabelle Montaigne, loyal Victorian Knight of the Tower, once said, "History is like a granary." Granary? It stands in silence amidst the bustling state, an unremarkable sight with a somewhat unpleasant scent of mold, only ever thought of when stowing something away. Containment, silently containing things, is its sole purpose. As for people, they are like stalks of sweat growing out in the fields, braving the elements so they might sprout those precious years. All you have experienced will become shining, golden grain, stored within the granary called history. It's more apt to say that history is a showroom of human lives. Shiny and golden? Yeah, I would say that was a shining golden life. Morgan is the bard of the group, right? The one who makes songs of Venus' life from the Glasgow gang, I think, if I remember correctly. Vina, the sword is yours. It is your destiny. Father, is this? Vina, the hell are you doing? Stop swinging already. You're nearly beaten him to death. there it is. Vina, it's time. Got it. Oh, hello. Man, Clovisia had such... I mean, her role was very important, obviously. She's the leader of the Self-Salvation Corps, but like... she didn't receive that much screen time, right? Like, we barely know anything about her. Vina, who do you wish to be when you leave this palace? Oh, this is way, way, way in the future. Huh. So we are like looking back as if years have passed since the Civil War. And now you're looking back at the history of Vina's life. Is this the perspective we are taking right now? I choose. Perhaps this is how history ran its course. Those caught up in its flow won't accept things as they are. They will resist it with all their might. But reality always comes crashing down, slamming you into the ground over and over. I've got no choice but to get back up and figure a way to stand firm. You know, the fight will never end. And you've got to make ready for the next fist in your face. Until you've circled round and round to find yourself back where you started, albeit by some different path. Wait, now that I think about it, Dagda might have said millstone. History is like a millstone? Forgot what metaphor she used exactly. Just that it's got to do with a mill or a windmill or something. The sort of thing that will get people thinking of the sunset. Forget it. I never much fancied the way she talks all erudite like. When all is done, I'm here to record this heart-pounding moment in history. As a witness to this particular point, as one who personally experienced some of these events, I felt the need to share the tale with those who come after. It's worth remembering, considering the many bitter lessons learned. It must not be forgotten, with too many painful sacrifices made. Safe to say, the story's so twisty and turny that if you weren't there to see for yourself, you'd never guess where it ended up. I remember now, it was a ship. History is like a sailing ship adrift, and every age sees its share of experienced helmsmen who think to change its course. But in the end, none will truly ever know where the sunset and the river will take them. Saw it. I don't need to copy the feel of those historical novels I read. It's my book. Why should I write it like how Venus Governess talks? Let me have a think on how I will tell the story my way. Oh, those are such cute drawings. This here is a tale of how Holodun became a hero. It's all about courage, friendship, conviction, and power. The heir to the king leaves the palace, and when she returns home, she's already fit to be called a hero, standing alongside her merry band of mates. This epic begins the summer of the year we left, in the factories of London's Norport. Borough? They were the happiest days of my life. That is Bard. Rest in peace, Bard. Manchester. Bristol. Got any more? Sheriff D. No. Low. Bart, give me a hint already. Vina, you really gonna watch me embarrass myself like this? Hey, it's your bet. I can't say anything. Bart's right. Wouldn't be fair otherwise. Don't give up now, Indra. Victoria's got at least 60 or so nomadic cities. If you can think of any one more, you're a 60th of the way there. My whole life I've never left London. It's my home. Why the hell would I remember what some city miles away are called? You must be real fond of cleaning up the alleys back home then. Oh sorry, that was Morgan. You must be really fond of cleaning up the alleys back home then. Damn it, I shouldn't be acting like a smartass. Oh, Hannah. Do you still recall the time we went to the video shop after we were done duffing the Lane brothers up? I think I do. Didn't the film have a manor with white walls and a green lawn? Was it some kind of romance? It just went on and on. Then, do you remember what the leading lady loved eating the most at the nobles' banquets? Cinnamon butter and vanilla roasted fowl beast. Ah, yes, cinnamon. That's 10. Vina. You really are the best when it comes to leading, Vina. I will follow you my entire life. I will. No need to get all sappy on me now. Alright, Morgan, you lost. Here's your drink. You know, Vina helped her out, Bard. Whatevs. Drink's the drink. Morgan, it's your turn to pick up the protection money from the factories on Old Farlane Road. Don't forget to help clean up the alleyways behind Old Hank's sandwich shop. In times like this, that Glasgow feels spread a bit thin. Ha! One day I'm gonna make all of Londinium into Glasgow gangster. And all those fees will come straight to us, alongside the best sandwiches in the city. If you took all Victorias under your wing, who'd even protect them from? Who you even protect them from? The Gaulish? Maybe those snotty nobles? Who knows? Some tosser's bound to show his face sooner or later. Norport can't make do without us, and neither can Londinium. There will come a day when Glasgow's the heroes of the whole city. Just you wait. Not wrong, I would say. No, sorry, that's Dagda. Man, there's too many characters, I can't... Okay. Alright, don't ruin the moment, kiddo. Not wrong, I would say. Indeed. Here's to Glasgow Gang, the most important gang in town. To the Glasgow Gang. Oh boy, whose perspectives? Oh yeah, I saw this thing. They had this new thingy here, indicating the location that the game is occurring right now. Sorry, not the game, the story. And there goes my water. Man, I should have refilled it when I had the chance. Did you enjoy the play? Oh. Victorian's Duke's daughter falls in love with a handsome Sarkas youth. In order to eliminate this formidable rival, her would-be suitors conjure all sorts of dreadful devilish plots. Who would have thought the playwrights who penned The Lady of Windsor could produce such a provocative work, albeit only after a hefty writer's fee? What do you think, Lady Allerdale? Oh, hello, Allerdale. I can't say I am too fond of the ending of Cemeteries of Londinium, Earl Morrow. Under the heavy hand of persecution, the Duke's daughter and the Sarkas lad elope, unite in death as they are buried together in a public cemetery. A conclusion that's far too formulaic. I never expected a young lady such as yourself to have the tastes of a haranguing critic? What the fuck is this word? Haranguing? Haranguing? Is it not enough to bring tears to your eyes? Whose eyes? Duke Cavendish's or the Sarkas regent? Tears will only serve to blind us, my lord, and are often an accomplice to popular works harboring ill intent. A shame, truly. Here I was, thinking you would have some empathy for the leading lady. What with her bound to a fate beyond her control? Ooh, dude. Cheerful Noble. You really should have shut your mouth right there. Okay, that was really uncalled for. I am so dreadfully sorry. Pray forgive my inadvertent offense. You must know that my family was on some good terms with Cumberland. I don't really mind. She does. It's common knowledge that Her Grace, the Duke of Castor, aided me at my lowest. I have only gratitude for her. I see no shame in my circumstances either. Then, since you're taking part in today's festivities, may I take your words as Her Grace's own thoughts? You may consider them a friendly reminder. Londiniers should be wary of those mercenaries from Casdell. Heaven forbid some ridiculous story to sow the seeds of pity and sympathy in their unwitting mind. Casdell is far, far away, and they simply don't understand the sarcasm in the slightest. Do not allow tears to blind their judgment, my lord. Your words would throttle a talented playwright. Bringing the citizenry to tears would hardly be a difficult thing for a duke, I say. Oh, okay, alright, okay. Kind of passive-aggressive, huh? Well, I say passive-aggressive because I'm interpreting this line as like she meant to say that the decisions of the dukes are very easily be able to make a normal citizen cry, as in worsening their living conditions. Is this also Her Grace's opinion on the matter? No matter what you might think of this playwright, I do believe The Lady of Windsor is a rare work of art. I wholeheartedly invite you, and perhaps Duke Cavendish, to give it a throughout read-through. Things have not the limbs to drag themselves out of the swamp. Man has not the eye to see beyond time. Things have not the limbs to drag themselves out of the swamp. Man has not the eye to see beyond time. So basically it's impossible. What is the meaning of this phrase? It's like, don't waste your time trying to do things you can't. Is this what she's trying to say? No matter what you might think of the playwright, I do believe the Lady Windsor is a rare work of art. I wholeheartedly invite you, and perhaps Duke Cavendish, to give it a throughout read-through. Maybe I should just keep reading. If Duke Cavendish can understand these words and take them to heart, while keeping a wary eye on this matter, he can avoid becoming the next Duke Windsor. Okay. No offense meant, of course. I think she's really trying to say, don't waste your time trying to do things you can't do. But does it really make sense? I should just keep reading. Oh, I must say I quite enjoy your incisive view on this topic, Lady Allendale. The eye to see beyond time, a rare thing indeed. In comparison, ambition beyond one's means is as cheap as ships, wouldn't you say? The eye to see beyond time. Oh, maybe she's trying to say, don't worry about things who are beyond your reach. The eye to see beyond time. Maybe. I can't say I disagree. Despite the many years past, there are still those who have not forgotten that Victoria once had a king. And there are those who carry the former heir to the throne in mind, alongside that sword of royal authority. Duke Castor's actions are hardly scrutable. Whenever she dispenses advice to the other dukes, do not forget that there are eyes upon her in turn. I will inform her grace, my lord. It's getting late, I fear. I must be heading off. Not staying for dinner, Lady Cumberland? I have an appointment with my tailor to prepare some winter clothes. I am sure you are aware that summer in Londinium lasts but a few fleeting days. But winter? Winter never comes late. Then I shan't keep you any longer, my lady. I shall send a ticket for opening night to you beforehand. If Her Grace would like to watch, Duke Cavendish would happily sponsor the troop to tour the Castor. The Menace? The Menace? The Menace? What the fuck is this word? Is this French? I can speak French. I pray that Her Grace will not be blinded by her own tears. Ooh, okay, and Allendale, okay. You needed to have the last word on that, didn't you? A most suffocating banquet, was it not? Oh, sorry. That was Clovision. And who might you be? You may call me Clovision. Based on that distinctive white hair of yours, you must be Lady Allendale Cumberland. Madam, I Aoshi of your state has ordered some outfits for the upcoming season from our shop. Oh yeah, Clovigia is the daughter of a tailor-smith. Right. But I am afraid we haven't finalized the details of yours quite yet. Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Earl Morris. It seems your reputation as a critic of the arts is well earned. You flattered me. I presume you too are concerned about the present situation in Modinium. Hardly. It's just rather difficult to not listen in, as the clientele discuss the recent changes when you work at a tailor's. It's getting dark. I should head home. Once you've settled on a design, please have Madame Aoshi contact me at your convenience. Right. Speaking of Madame Aoshi, she asked me to pass you the Londinium daily. Farewell. Might as well see if there's anything else newsworthy today, I suppose. A vicious brawl in Norport Oral? Is that? Oh, wait, so that's how she found Vina. Fucking hell! That's bloody ridiculous, is what it is. It is the third time this month. Been accident after accident here in the factory ever since that scoundrel took over the Union. Watch close enough and you start to notice how whenever some brave soul puts out a complaint about the Union, she ends up dead in some freak accident a few days later. Let's go damn already. Take them in. Take me to. I am. What the? Oh my god, this bloody British dude. Bloody hell. Take me to him. Take me to him. I'm gonna see just how brass this bastard's balls are. Calm down. The Union handles Union business. The streets handle street business. That's the rule. Giving every bastard I say a right to trash in my rule. I know. Of course I know. But we've got no other choice. The Union's keeping it all hush-hush inside the factory. Not even the coppers can investigate. This new foreman, Johnny, right? Was behind him. I remember hearing he got some big name back in him. A relative of Duke Davendish. My god, the names. A relative of Duke Davendish, apparently. Do you mean Duke Cavendish? Yeah, that's the one. Is he trying to get anything out of you lot? Hasn't been asking for money or anything of the sorts. But ever since he became foreman, lots of the important jobs are getting taken up by workers from outside. I see. You head on back. We need to talk this over a bit. What are we waiting for, Morgan? Are we gonna let these bastards do as they like? It's not that simple. You heard the man. This isn't your average Union tosser. He's got the backing of a duke. Why is he going out of his way to play tyrant on some little factory though? Who cares why? Since when did we need a reason to take out buggers like him? I know Londinians rather restless these days. The dukes have been playing their games around the clock. Don't tell me you haven't noticed all these fresh faces on the streets lately. Time to come up with a plan, Vina. We are all ears. Kri, 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 kri. Since we've taken the protection money, it's up to us to do the legwork. Let's go have a chat with this bastard of a forceman. Doesn't matter if he's got a duke behind him. That's more like it. Alright, if you say so, Vina. Just to be safe, we should scope out the factory a bit, get some info. You're with me, Bart? Sure. Hey, why didn't you ask me? Well, time to talk about the nobles, huh? As the both of at this moment in time, considering that Bard is still alive, you two, Dagda and Vina, are the only ones who knows about Vina's background. So it makes sense for them to discuss this while the other three are outside. What's wrong? You've been looking rather gloom lately. It's nothing. I was just thinking. I might be enjoying myself a little too much. What? Not too happy here? You have a duty, Siege. I've told you before, Dagda. I found a life for myself now. So why is this life of yours helping your neighbors take the justice of the streets, then heading to the noble manors to lob a few bricks? There's no escaping some things. You promised me you wouldn't talk about this in the gym. Then I will stay by your side, waiting for the day you have your answer. Life is long, but the pivotal moments that change you, they're over in an instant. I recall that one afternoon, before the chaos of the storm struck us, when we could still enjoy those peaceful hours. Andrea didn't speak to me the whole day on account of my hesitation. Bart had to step in and smooth things over between us, and by nightfall, we were all happy as could be, buying hot dogs and beer. But I couldn't shake off the feeling that the Glasgow gang was about to enter the craziest chapter of this story yet. It wasn't until those wild dreams of ours came to an end that I realized the most pressing issue. The main character of this tale wasn't the Glasgow gang. It was Vina. Just Vina. All along. What's the matter, Aoshi? Oh, Aoshi, rest in peace, my woman. How did Aoshi die? Exactly. I remember. Was it in the fire? I think they got attacked by the Sarkas, and Aoshi died in the fire. I think? Man, my memory don't serve me right now. I hate not being able to remember everything I read. I hate being human. The weakness of the flesh. Sorry. Focus, kid. Did you not instruct us to keep a close eye on Her Royal Highness Alexandrina's whereabouts? The chief of the Royal Police has just looked over the case file that's of that ghastly Brown in Norport. It involved a video shop known as McLaurin's Place, and a street gang going by the name of Glasgow. Here's the original copy of the file. It's rather vague, merely a record of the involved parties, but I thought you ought to know. Upon a fuzzy black and white photograph, a woman sucking on a lollipop stares indignantly at the camera. Person of interest, Siege, self-identified. Miss Allendale, if you are near certain she's her Royal Highness, why not seek her out immediately? And what then? I bring her back to Cumberland Manor, or send her off to Castor? Whether or not she is Alexandrina no longer matters. The Dukes are watching her closely. She can escape them no longer. It sounds to me like she would be swallowed by the city itself. We'll be swallowed too, Aoshi. I'm willing to bet we are not the only ones with an interest in her. This matter has long since grown out of my control. Considering Duke Castor's orders, should you not find her and bring her to her grace? I'm really struggling to try to maintain a voice for Aoshi right here. I really don't know how to do an older woman voice. I need some time to think, Aoshi. I saw her once before. I saw Her Royal Highness. But no matter how you put it, it was all such a long time ago. Things being what they are, is an unknown heir truly so important? It's merely an inkling. From the very first time I saw her, so many years ago, I always believed she would change things. Let's go. There's a few workers I need to pop in on. I would also like to know how Her Highness has been doing this past few years. Who's there? How the fuck did I make that sound? What even was that sound that I make? Wait. Sorry. Focus. The coast is clear. I handled this side too. This is it, the place Charlie told us about. We heard some chatter lately. The Union's been keeping a whole bunch of goods inside the old factory. Like they were a smuggling ring. Johnny seized control of the Union, not just to skim some funds, but to do this sort of business. What's inside those containers? Just open it up and you'll find out. Anna, slow. Are those... Originian weapons? Oh. Originian weapon. They are not standard Victorian issue. No idea of their actual provenance though. Originian weapons are a big deal because they are considered like military weapons. Like, no normal citizen is able to put their hands on this type of thing. Duke Cavendish's man, sneakily taking over a factory. Also, he can move weapons from God knows where into Londinium? What's he playing at here? The Duke's quietly stockpiling weapons within the city can only mean one thing. A coup, perhaps. And now we've left our fingerprints all over the place. What do we do now, Vina? Looks to me like it's something way bigger than we can handle. Hello, Shadow Pen. We can't handle it ourselves, but we can tell others. Got a light, Hannah? A light? Oh, they are burning the whole place down? Bloody hell. You can still see the factory burning from all the way out here. This is no laughing matter, Indra. Of course it is. We messed up some wicked Duke scheme. Well, I guess it makes sense for them to burn down the factory, considering that Bard said they left their fingerprints all over the place. So maybe they are trying to destroy evidence or something. We did something really big here. At least we can say we've done nothing wrong, yeah? Yep, they are destroying evidence, okay. Let the Coopers handle the rest of it. They say Londinium's so big it defies borders, but at times I feel it's rather small. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Earl! Alright. What the hell are you doing here? Oh yeah, because the Dukes are keeping an eye on. Right. Would have thought I would have met you here, Alexandrina, your Royal Highness. I already forgot what voice I gave this man. Who are you? I am Morrow. I'm a humble guest at the Cavendish estate. Nobody in particular, and yet I would say I am one lucky chap. You know about the factory. You know what Duke Cavendish is up to. Though I can boast of sharing some of Duke's burdens, I was not wholly in the know about His Grace's plans for Londinium. However, at this moment, my only concern is you, Your Royal Highness Alexandrina. You need to get out. Vina, you need to get out of the city. Perhaps move to a mobile base. Perhaps move to a certain Rhodes Island would do better for you. I must say, seeing Your Highness standing before me really does call to mind the sight of His Majesty. All those years ago. You and he are so very alike. The same childish sense of justice. The same price you must pay for clinging to it. What do you want? Oh boy. Your little adventure with your friends this evening hardly matters, I say. A few boxes of lost merchandise is hardly anything compared to meeting you. Come on now. At the very least, I will let you, your chums, live alive. How about that? Yeah, right. What the hell do he want in return, though? Why should I believe a word you're saying? Excuse my impertinence, Your Highness, but the truth is you have no other choice. Or should I say, you're free to try and escape, but I will be keeping a close eye on your whereabouts. No. Oh. Goodbye, Earl. Vina, what the hell are you doing? Stop swinging already. You're nearly beaten him to death. Oh, so that's where that scene's from. Okay. It's fine. He's still breathing. Vina, what's this all about? Oh, so that's how they came to know about Vina's background. Let's see. You lot, get out of here. The factory, all this. It was all my doing. Nothing to do with anyone else. Are you having a laugh? Vina, what was he saying? Why did he keep calling you your Royal Highness? Because she's the heir of the throne of Victoria. The daughter of the late King Alistair II, Alexandrina Vina Victoria. I didn't mean to hide it. I just thought it didn't really matter. You daft, mate. I'm not asking who you are, I'm asking why you would try to shoulder all this by yourself. Hannah, sounds like there's a long story you need to be telling us. Sorry. No time for that. Save it. We need to leave right now. Where can we go though? Out to the city. Right now. This instant. Immediately. I can't. We're nearly out of time. Once the police notice the factory is up in flames, they will contact the defense forces and shutter each and every port. When that happens, we wouldn't be able to fly out, even if we sprouted wings. Don't worry about Northport. I will hold the fort. Wait, Bart, you're not coming with? Hey, Morgan, say something, won't you? I get where she's coming from. The Glasgow gang's always going to be home to us, Hannah. Someone's gonna welcome you lot home when you get back, right? People are watching you, but I'm sorry, Vina. We can't protect you against real titans like them. The gang's nothing more than a puny little musk beasts. You were never a Northporter, Vina. Or should I say, never only a Northporter. I knew from the day you joined us. It's all my fault. I just wanted to protect you all, but now I've dumped a heap of trouble on your laps. Not wrong. If you're going to blame yourself though, there's something I hope you keep in mind. Remember that you own Northport. Remember that one day you will need to come back here to repay everyone. I swear. I swear I will come back. Yeah, it's our turf after all. We'll snatch it right back someday. But are you really set on coming with me? There's no need to tangle yourselves in all this. I am your trusted advisor, Vina. I'm worried for you. If anyone's come looking to bother you, you're gonna need me to help bash their faces in. Whenever you go, Vina, I will follow. Never forget, Vina. No matter where you go, the Glasgow gang will be with you. I will keep this place safe. We want it together, after all. I promise you, Bart. I will bring everyone back. Hopefully, sooner rather than later. Here to us, to the Glasgow gang. To the Glasgow gang. Too many voices. Way too many voices. Well, that's interesting. So that's the way they found out who she is. They finally got an explanation to that. Since they need to move out of the city, they obviously are going to move to Rhode Island. Unless they decide to stop someplace before moving to Rhode Island. Guess it would make sense. I don't think they still knows about Rhode Island existence yet at this point. Damn it all! My lady, it's the Duke of Cavendish, man. Fuck this name. Fuck this name, Cavendish. My lady, I will contact headquarters right away. Even if we must turn all of Londiniums upside down. Suppress this event. Very well. I am contacting the hospital. Wait. What? Suppress it? I will have my men handle this. Nothing to come will have anything to do with the Norport police. Do not worry. The chief of the Royal Police will not come calling on you about this, or anyone else on scene. For that matter. Really? How can you be so sure? While I cannot fix the future's course, sir, I can. Ooh, someone fucked up the coding here. I can guide it towards a path of my liking. This city will soon be welcoming a host of visitors. Do you not have more important things to handle? Alright. Very well. This too is part of your destiny, Vina. Everyone fucking knows who she is. Wow, Vina, you really are a master of stealth. Ugh. When we found out about Vina's past, I was amazed, sure, but I was more pleasantly surprised, as it were. I could see the entire story in my mind's eye. A lost heir to the throne, a heroic fantasy rising from the streets. Stories usually start with someone leaving and end with a reunion, but reality begs to differ. When we stepped out of the road away from home, none of us expected the way back could be so fraught with hardship. I am fond of the words Dagda spoke once we set foot on our home again. after many, many years away. History is like a sailing ship adrift, and every age sees its share of experienced helmsmen who think to change its course. But in the end, none will truly ever know where the sunset and the river will take them. You missed your chance, Allerdale. Vina's already gone. Hey, who are you? Here to get some rounds in the ring? I would like to ask if this is where the Glasgow gang is based. I'm looking for Siege, if I understand things right. She's your leader? The gym's only got one leader now. He's called Bard. Wait a second, looking at your clothes. You a noble? Get out, you ain't welcome here. Pardon me then. Wait. Man, I must say that NPC right there has some balls to be able to speak like that to a noble. You are looking for Vina? You know her? I am an old friend of hers. Vina's out on a trip. Oh, let's go. Smart, Bart. Very, very smart. Not going to reveal information right away. If you got something to say, I can pass it on for you. No, nothing in particular. It's just that, as her friends, I am concerned about her current situation. Please, let me know if I am wishing her... Let me know I am wishing her all the best when you can. Sure. She's doing fine. I will tell her on your behalf. Allerdale turns and leaves the message in. She knows the woman there wasn't lying, because she saw the photo hanging on the wall and the smiling face upon it. It's not the time yet. In her fits of absent-mindedness, that deep, resonant voice arises in her head once more. Allerdale, Cumberland. You will meet Vina again, someday. Okay, I see what this story is about. We are going to the retrospect of Vina's life. And perhaps going to get some insights about the way her mind works. Well, perhaps not some insight. Maybe, I mean, yeah, sure, we can get some insights, but perhaps not going to be as personal, because from what it seems, the story is not told from her perspective, but from Morgan's. Alright. G01. Before. Okay, this is Londinium Abandoned Factory. 1098. Yeah, 1098 is already present time. So this should be during the occupation of Londinium by the Sarkas forces. Or maybe even their invasion? Maybe? I know the year that things happened, I'm just not entirely sure of the month. Section G12. All these linkage numbers have faded away since the place was abandoned. Is this it? I pray I don't run into those damned devils again. Yup, sorry. The Sarkaz forces have already occupied Londini. Oh, let's go. Oh, yes, I can keep track of the timeline. My memory is not that bad yet. I think you're lost, lady. Hey, new guy, get her out of here. And while you're at it, ask her nicely how she found this place. Remember, keep your tail clean this time. Don't make the boss mad. You heard him, lady. Come with me. Let go of me. This any way to treat a lady? Mikey Robson, hero of the exemplars, or rather, one of the heroes is my husband. He entrusted me to fetch some medicine. The medicine to do the pain of those hideous black stones. He can hardly even walk. Huh, yet another unlucky bugger. Shut it. Listen, I haven't heard of any Mikey. All you will find in this blasted place are some bums, expired fun drugs, and the dead devil's bones. But anyways, if you want, I already lost track of who's talking. Okay. The tired mercenary is the one which I gave the deeper voice. Okay. The cautious one is the higher pitched one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. This is the trouble when you have a big amount of NPCs that share the same sprite. Anyways, if you want Oripati meds, go look for that newly built sanatorium. The new speaker lady promised it will be stocked. Wait, we really have no other choice. There's simply not enough medicine there. I know I can get it here. My husband, he... Listen, I have a few valuables stashed away somewhere safe. All from Cumberland Manor. The late Duke gave them to us. If I could just get some medicine. Don't give a reason for the defense forces patrolling out there to come sniffing around here. Just go already, lady. Make her sign the list. Then let her come by tomorrow to pick up the meds. Yes, boss, but what if she doesn't have the money? We do it the old-fashioned way, then. That's weird. I don't think the boss ever stuck her nose into this sort of thing. What should I... Just give her the contract. Thank you. Wait. This clauses... My husband never mentioned them. If I sign this, then we... He will... Oh my god. He will live well. At least before he come calling for our due. Since that hero husband of yours wasn't quite so honest with his better half, eh? Come on. Hold that pen steady. If you can't, we can sign it for you. The mercenary holds her writing hands tight. Jesus. The trembling overtakes her. She can no longer maintain her veneer of calm. She shuts her eyes, grits her teeth, and lets the mercenary guide her hand. Go on, enjoy your life. Bloody war's over, after all. Oh, so this is after the war. Right after, I mean. We're still in the year 1088. Or should I say 1088? Perhaps 1000 is better. Okay. Asking Milskar for help will be the best decision you and your husband have ever made, lady. Milskar. Okay. Milskar. Really? This morning, Londinium's interim health secretary, Secretary Provisioner General Madam Major, was found dead in her office in New Alterac district. In today's parliamentary session, Madam Speaker Alexandrina expressed her support of Madam Major's work in caring for the infected and lamented her untimely passing. Yeah, this is right after the war. The final point in Madam's major itinerary before she passed was a trip to the Dukedom of Normandy to discuss a purchase of medicine so as to relieve the shortage within Londinium's walls. But according to some reliable sources, Madam Major died of an acute neuropathy attack. Not only did she conceal her infection, she was also often seen arguing furiously with the speaker in recent times. In this sensitive period where the number of reported infected within the city is growing exponentially, it is clearly worth looking into the death of Madam Major, who had lost her hereditary peerage. Even now, 2 months after the Sarkas withdrawal, okay, 2 months after, got it. Why are their sinister plots coming back to the fore? As for the exemplars, are the terms of your son... Man, I'm so dumb. I should have noticed that this is right after the war, because the lady, she mentioned it in the logs while talking with those 2 mercenaries. She mentioned how her husband was a... Yeah, hero of the exemplars. And it's such a fucking idiot. Right at this moment, I should have noticed in what time we are right now. Never mind. What's done is done. As for the exemplars, are the terms of the resettlement program still not finalized? All eyes are on the newly appointed speaker, who has won the backing of a majority of the dukes. We have managed to connect with the speaker's close confidant, Miss Kate Morgan. Digging deeper into... The broadcast in the speaker's office suddenly falls silent. Those louds are a real crook of shit, I tell you. Oh, swearing lady. They were loafing about the sanatorium cafeteria, waiting for me to sit down my lunch before they tried to whittle some info out of me. Man, look at this drip. Looking very, very fancy, Vina. Must be really uncomfortable wearing this armor everywhere. I never have words? I don't know how to say wear in the past tense, but I never wear one of these, but I have heard they are heavy. They are very, very heavy. Vina must be very, very strong to be able to use this thing in such a casual manner. Well, now considering... Well, we also need to put in consideration that, assuming the doctor is a human like us, then Terrans are very much strong. They are stronger than us. as Cosset mentioned, I think. It was Caution that mentioned that Terrans are much stronger physically than the Doctor. So perhaps it's not weird for her to use such an heavy armor in a casual place. Then you beat the hell out of them. I thought that way they wouldn't dare run their mouths on the news again. Sorry. I didn't think about how it would affect the way everyone sees you. No. I would have kicked them out too, literally. Huh? But it doesn't matter what you say to those new hounds. New hounds, sorry. When they are in the business of making up fluff, they've already decided what to put in their latest story a long time ago. Since there's no way of shutting them up, might as well get straight to the point. Venus strikes her two fists together, putting herself through the paces engraved in her instincts with ease. Just like she always did back in the gym. That's the Vina I know. I knew it. Hannah even said, "Whoa." These clothes really do get in the way. Maybe I should find someone to make some alterations. Delphine. Oh, Delphine, right. I happen to know a pretty good tailor. He made clothes for the royal family when he was younger. Luckily, he made it through everything alive. Shame nobody dares hire him nowadays. Delphine went through a lot, didn't she? Infected as well? Yes. Yeah. Any progress on that thing you mentioned in your message? The situation is complicated. We've captured the Sarkas who have been hurting people. They are now cuffed in the Cinesel's parliamentary chamber. I suspect this might have something to do with the gangs operating out of the abandoned underground factories. Milskar. As for whether or not the Duke of Normandy's heir is behind all this, she and I will resume negotiations. Madame Major's death, the Londonier's medicine supply, as well as Milskar's gang and those Sarkas. There's a lot of things to handle in the city, and none we can solve with our fists like we did 2 months ago. You've settled into the job quick, Vina. I believe Parliament, as it is now, can manage these issues, so relax. I'm here to help you. Mother taught me how to handle this sort of situation. I won't let her down. Morgan? I'm... Voice outside the door. I'm heading over to Parliament. See you there. She's not quite used to this sort of life yet. None of us are. There are some things Siege could do that this so-called Picker can't. I was the victim of the Sarkas attack. in the care of our colleagues at Rhode Island's medical department. No life-threatening complications, for the time being. Moreover, we've traced the source of those low-quality medicines. Most of them came from Milskar. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, so Milskar is trying to run away from the authorities to try to get himself in trouble. Himself out of trouble. That's why they didn't want the woman to know. They wanted the woman to move out as soon as possible to not expose their location. They are, in the meantime, they are also trying to take advantage of the fact that there's not enough medicine for all the infected, so they are selling cheap ones to make more money out of it. Perhaps that's the reason they are getting... Maybe that's the reason they are getting persecuted. So-called speaker can. Mother taught me how to handle such situations. Now check her quickly. Didn't know I can solve this just like we did. So this might have some thing operating. We captured the Sarkas who have been hurting people. They are now cuffed in the Sudanese parliamentary chamber. Looks like this might have something to do with the gangs operating out of the abandoned underground factories. I understand how the medicine supply as well as Milskar's gang connects. But I don't understand how the Sarkas situation is directly connected to it, as Delphine suspects right here. At least not yet. Okay. Many turned them in desperation. Turned to them in desperation. But in the end, all they got was a pile of harassment from that gang of wandering goons. As for whether this Milskar is in the know, or if it's the work of some overager underlings, I'm not too sure. Allerdale knows. Milskar, the wildest villain running rampant in Londinium's shadow. What the hell happened to her? I mean, I know what happened to her, but we didn't really see much of her transition from a duke to what happened in the Chamber of Kings, to the moment where she reappeared again during the war with this image. We don't know exactly what happened on her perspective to transition from that to this yet. Not that it really matters in the end, it would be just some extra details. Allerdale. She's dead. The final fierce flame of Cumberland, the ever on high. Vienna herself has already forgotten when the figure behind those two names slowly became one. Was it when the war was nearly over? She subconsciously paused at her clothes. By the time the Exemplar's heroic leader walked out of the palace of West Helig, wearing this old suit of royal armor, she had already turned down the flag of Casdel's military commission at the break of dawn, and had seen a familiar figure and the sting night fade away into the all-encompassing vapor. That day, Allerdale did not go to her. Rather, she turned and disappeared into the shadows of the ruined city. Let's go. The Parliament. Oh man. The Senesceld, once a royal state often rented by nobles as a banquet hall. It wasn't until everyone was dealing with the headache of where the house parliaments that Vina realized there weren't many choices left for the Londiniers. The chaos of war had destroyed far too much of the city. I've seen this room many times before on posters and in movies. I used to be astonished by how massive it was. Big enough for every gang boss to bring all their boys and girls in to sit down and have a chat about their turfs. But now, it disappoints me. It's filled to the gills, all cramped and suffocating. Though Venus never admitted it, I know her. I know her and I are of like mind. Yeah, we are not going to get some insights of Venus' thoughts. We are going to see all these events being told from Morgan's perspective. Miss Morgan? I didn't mean to interrupt your writing. It's just that Barnaby's late again. I am thinking of going to look for him. I'm worried he's gone and gotten himself soused again. Well, Vina's not here yet. If you're gonna look, go look. No need to ask me. Wait. Now that I think about it, you said the same last time, and the two of you never came back the entire season. Oh, he's looking for excuses. Oh, he's just like a high school student who asks to go to the bathroom just so he can skip classes. We were just locked out last time. In all honesty, Miss Morgan, I've been carrying around the factory design sheet for near my entire life. If you ask me to do a quality inspection, I would know all the ins and outs of whichever part you like. And there wasn't a foreman out there who dares say I was wrong. But sitting here with those lords and ladies, trying to read these documents covered in gobbledygook, so we can manage such a ridiculously huge city. You just think I've looked after my life was my workshop? God, my heart's pounding like mad. With us at your back, why are you scared of some Osspot nobles? An elegantly dressed member of Parliament's eyes meet Morgan's gaze, and she smiles and nods her head in greeting. Fine weather we are having today. I hope you are all in good health. Yeah, good health to you too. We are fine, just fine. Thanks. Well, just treat it as helping Vina fill the seat. Suppose they are not all Osspot, but keep in mind that we put our lives on the line to take back the right to sit here. Are you seriously thinking of going back to the days before that? If so, I'll have to sort you out first before these bastards ruin the city again. Alright, I get it. Are Miss Indra and Miss Dagda not showing up today? They're busy handling some public safety stuff. I'd rather hold my hammer tight and go back to bed now. Oh, Madam Speaker, you're here. Oh, what's this? Vina, wait. Who's that you're carrying? Barnaby? Clive? Help him to his seat, Delphine. He drank until he passed out in front of the Cinecel's doors. Now he won't let go of Ina. I'm ready for the speaker. I've got a whole lot of proposals to help with the mat shortage. Then you should include them in your formal petition. We reformed the rules issued by Parliament also we could bind ourselves. Lady Delphine, I swear Barnaby's here not trying to be a simpleton on purpose. He and I have talked about his ideas loads of times. He's just like me, sick to our stomachs the moment we stepped foot in this bloody place. Like the soul's getting sucked right out of us. It's not just that we can't speak right, all the brass courage we had while chopping down devils is gone. So I came up with this stupid idea that maybe a bit of drink would... Ah yes, the classic. Yes, courage in a bottle. My favorite. Wonderful idea. Uneasy MP. Relax, Vina's not going to get mad over something like that. Right, you needn't worry. Parliament nowadays is incredibly complex by nature. Everyone's here on the lookout. Getting used to things and learning on the job. That includes the speaker. If we are going to defeat those who wish us ill off the battlefield, we are going to have to learn how they think. It's not going to be an easy process for any of us. The two of you have done pretty well, all things considered. What if we become Dan once we learn enough about them? I certainly won't, Miss Morrigan. I'm not saying you will, Clive. I can't guarantee that won't be the case, Morgan. Nobody can. I believe in Vina. So do Hannah and Agatha. I don't care what you all think. Oh boy. I am sure we're all very clear on why we have convened this emergency meeting. Ever since Parliament has re-established, we have worked around the clock to resolve the issue of the Sarkas who continue to operate within Londinium's walls. We gave our citizens a promise of safety. It matters not if it is the Sarkas or roving mercenaries such as Milskar hiding within the city. Parliament will strive to settle the matter. We will brook no evil that threatens to say the safety of our people. You're putting me on trial? There will be no trial, Sarkas. Parliament's new interim bill dictates how we handle you. The provisional court has passed it as well. You will be dealt with in a manner that all agree upon. Not everyone, just you people. Maybe I should try to make his voice more loud. Hold on. Not everyone. No, wait, I can't really change my... The more I try to raise my voice, the less I can change it. Maybe... Hold on. Not everyone, just you people. Not everyone, just you people. Not everyone, just you. Yeah, let's try this. Not everyone, just you people. Not everyone, just you people. Hold on, I missed that one. You caused grave injury to a kind-hearted shopkeeper. All for a loaf of bread he had already set aside for you. He's still alive? He is. Good. So when's the execution? You really should have left with the rest of your kind when the war ended. You remember me? Of course you do. You are the one who let me go during the big retreat after all. Oh god, oh god, oh god. It's not good. I would say you were my savior, head of these exemplars. You? This is not good. Long shot. That's what my daughter calls me. You didn't ask me my name at the time, and I betting the people sitting by your side don't give a damn what it is. But I'm not going to ask everyone here something, on behalf of a few others. Our Sarkas born and bred in Londinium, who have never left the city, still considered Victorians. Oh god, we are getting to some complicated stuff. Okay, alright. Immigrants, right? Fuck. Man, dealing with the aftermath of the war is already difficult enough. We don't need to bring these matters. Yes, these matters will have to be brought as well. Because a lot of Sark has moved in during the occupation of the city, like it or not. And at some point, Vina will have to address this. Well, maybe not Vina, the parliament. Fuck. To be honest, I've never really thought about that question. The Sarkas who called himself Longshot never yelled or shouted. But the rowdy, chattering chamber went that quiet as he spoke. I looked at the people all around me, paying special attention to the nobles' expressions. Yeah, I don't think they were going to be very happy with that. Those who had long made up their minds on the issue didn't feel like speaking up. As for those who hadn't, the more nervous of them had their eyes darting about, waiting for someone else to speak up first. For me, I was part of the third kind of people. I didn't have to make up my minds, because Vina would do it for me. Oh my god. Morgan, please don't throw these things on Vina's shoulder, please. So that day, all I had to do was wait for her answer. Just like the time I was up on the city walls watching the Sarkas troops leave the city, waiting for her to give me an answer. Ooh. What a beautiful drawing, Morgan. I don't think I ever going to forget that sight. So long as I live. Back then, I also had a question for Vina. Why are we allowing those Sarkas who killed the bards to live with so much pomp and circumstance? Man, the pheromone is massive, isn't it? That thing. Pheromone? Am I remembering the name right? Pheromone? Pheromone? Damn, my memory. She never said anything that day. Atop Londinium's walls. October 8th. 1098. The Sarkaz troops are leaving. The airship's shadow looms over the silent, orderly soldiers. The life-bone tearing ripples through the dark cloud hanging above the ruins outside the city. Venus stands atop the walls, quietly watching them march into the distance. Not too long ago, they were tearing apart her home. The land is scared and slick with blood. Scarred and slick, not scared, scarred. How many years will it take to recover from the wounds Amnanan left on Londinium? Oh yeah, because the place is supposedly devastated because of the Amnanan. With a whole lot of Originium around here of Victorian also, it is definitely going to raise the number of infected people. Oh, maybe that's why there's a shortage of medicine. People are getting infected because of the amount of Originium in the area. Yikes. Wait, but isn't Longinium a immobile city? Can't they just move away? Oh, wait, where though? Victoria is pretty small from what I remember of it. In the map of Terra. I don't know what you and the doctor talked about, Pina, but there's still time to beat the shit out of those bastards. Our men and the boys from the Ducal Alliance are still waiting down at the foot of the walls. Just... Hannah, we are the ones who most need to stay calm right now. I'd like more than any of you to keep them here. But truth be told, we simply can't do it. The Duke's main fleets haven't retreated too far away, Delphine. Dagda's right. They can ham and haul all they like, but once we start the fight again, they'll have to help us out, even if it's just keeping up pretenses. Then, are you going to let these people who fought so hard to survive the war just throw their lives away? Don't forget the ceasefire agreements. Now's not the time to act recklessly. All you ever say is, don't. Screw this. Screw it all. I can't take it any longer. All those people. Our friends. Hard. Indra stays not a moment longer. He fears she cannot stop herself from sliding down the walls to join the crowd below. He fears she cannot stop herself from leading the charge, pulling her battle-worn yet battle-hungry fellows back into the fray. Anna. She's been bottling herself up this whole time. Don't worry, Vina. I will go keep an eye on her. She's just venting. She's not the foolhardy type. Vina, why are we allowing those sarcasts who killed Bart to live with so much pomp and circumstance? This is awful. The whole situation is awful. I put up a map of Victoria. They're not as small as I remember. They are actually quite big. Well, at least bigger than Latanium in Iberia. According to the Arknights fandom wiki, Victoria have some... They kinda live... They have a coast on the Sea of Claricide. Well, it's not actually a sea, it's just a lake. A lake big enough for them to call it a sea. It's a pretty big place. Oh, but I guess still, moving an entire city around should take a lot of time and effort. Perhaps first they need to gather some resources to make it happen. This is the best the doctor in Wizardel could get us. Londinium cannot withstand another war. There's enough dead already. You know this, Vina. I'm not gonna lie, I have a little trouble understanding what exactly is happening right now. Londinium cannot withstand another war. This is the best the Doctor in Wizardel could get us. Who are they fighting against? If they are letting the sarcasts move away, so then who exactly are they fighting? Would they fight? Okay, no, maybe. Okay, so maybe... Right, the war is over. There is... Teresis. Oh, that's right, Teresis is still alive. Okay, so maybe they convince the what was they called? The military commission. Yes, the military commission of Castel to retreat their troops after what happened with the Myriad of Souls and Teresa. Doctor and Isabel were able to convince the military commission to retreat the Sarkas forces. Maybe. And by saying Londinium cannot withstand another war means that Londinium cannot withstand still fighting with the Sarkas. They have no other choice but to let them go, despite everything they have done. There's enough dead already. You know this, Vina. Okay, so basically they won, but at a very heavy cost. The point that they cannot seek revenge upon those sarcasts who killed their people. Okay, sorry. I have to admit, I'm not the smartest people, so sometimes I get lost in the story, having trouble to understand exactly what's happening. Tell the exemplars no rash action from anyone. Right, they don't want another call. Doctor? Rhodes Island received a few invitations from the Dukes. They want us to sit in on the post-war conference on handling Londinium. Handling? You mean before all the Sarkas are even gone? Are they really in such a rush? I don't think the city as it is now is willing to play ball with their machinations. That's why they chose you. You could always refuse, Vina. This is my home, Doctor. Made your decision, Vina? Wasn't it made the moment we lead the exemplars on our charge into the city? They know it, and I do too. It's not something to take lightly, but you have my full support. Then, Rhodes Island will attend the conference. Thank you, Doctor. I suppose you're saying the biggest challenge is yet to come? I am supremely curious as to what they will spew out of those pretty little mouths of theirs. We will meet you as soon as we can. Coming home's not always easy, is it? Ugh, this sucks. This sucks, man. My god. GO1 after. Place of Westhalig, October 8th. Shortly after the war. Who are you? This was a resplendent place 60 years ago. Sorry, 26 years ago. At the time, the dome above was polished to a mirror sheen. The radiance of the twin moons and the enchanting darkness of the starry sky dancing together was a most beauteous sight. Once I kissed the back of His Majesty's hand here, paying respects to King Alistair, a rare honor indeed. Victoria no longer has a king, my lady. Or should I call you the Earl of March? Just Eleanor is fine. I did not beg His Grace the Duke of Normandy for the seat of County March to hold the title of Earl, but rather to expedite a few business matters, Your Highness. If it were not for that farcical royal hanging, we might have been much closer, Vina. She takes out a gilded purple business card, its face embossed with nothing more than a golden loosestrife flower. Please take it. Since you are more accustomed to do things in a businesslike manner, this might put you at ease. I am afraid we are not so well acquainted. Do you always decide the future of Londinium here, my lady? It was never up to me where we meet. Besides, considering all that's happening here, surely there is nowhere else more suited than this. Eleanor looks at the faded statues and dusty doors at the end of the hallway, as if she could capture their past glory. In the room beyond was the King of Victoria's throne. Upon it, he once sat, dictating the rise and fall of the Empire. But what remains behind those doors now? I arrived early to both walk down memory lane and to meet with you. I have much to talk about. Did you not finish? Did you? Oh my god. Did you not wish to meet me too? I know. You know I'm holding a... Vina. Surely your friends from Rhodes Island have divulged what the other dukes are thinking of you. The other dukes... I don't see much difference between you, them, and the Duke of Normandy backing you. Oh? Don't get me mixed up with His Grace. He's a man worthy of respect, but it's not worth bothering him with trifles such as handling Londinium. As for the rest of them, I dare not say I am worthy of comparison. The Sarkaz withdrawal does not mean that Londinium's troubles are over. None are willing to tally up the change in the infected population, but the outcome is rather clear. Victoria's pharmaceutical production lines are insufficient, and nobody wants to rework their precious factories for the sake of the infected. You know what I mean. What do you mean? I have a long-standing partnership with the Colombian military. Oh, Colombian. They've even referred me to several pharmaceutical companies. Rhine Lab? There is no crack that cannot be plugged. For the right price, of course. I don't think Londiniums have the financial resources to make business right now. Honestly. Especially with all the reconstruction that might be taking place. Is that a threat? Only if you think it is. Don't be so hasty to respond. Figure out what bargaining chips you have first before you come find me, Vina. Let's start our future partnership on the right foot. Oh, and you know you can tell just by looking around that your family once steered the course of all Victoria from this ancient palace. Your Royal Highness Alexandrina. Londinium is far too small for you. The city is far too large, if you ask me. It shames me to admit, but the wailing I heard all across Londinium had me quaking in my boots, and in my panic, I went the wrong way. So many tragic sights in this city. Oh, this guy, Gododin, Duke of Gododin. You really have grown, Ellie. I still remember how you used to clamber up my back and grab onto my antlers. I am very grateful for your generosity. His Grace, the Duke of Normandy, also reminded me that he is off soon to convalesce in greener pastures. You may join him if you wish. I not want to leave my manor before I've drained my wine cellar dry of the vine vintages within. And here I was thinking old Normandy would understand the importance of this little meeting of yours. Oh god, old woman, oh god, how do I do an old woman voice? Oh, no way. Let's try. But no matter. You are the reason we have gathered here today, Alexandrina. Your Grace didn't need to cut to the chase quite so quickly. The old soldier's running late. Did he refuse your invitation again? He turned his eye away from Londinium a long time ago. I'm sure your spies will have all the details of my meeting with him served to you with breakfast tomorrow. Yet, even now, his elegance is no less impressive than the time Gaul was swallowed whole. I wouldn't consider this a good thing for Victoria. Tara and Dublin. Though he was not explicitly declared independent, he has not explicitly declared independence from Victoria. Only the blind fail to see the reality of the situation. Abercorn and Fife suffered tremendous losses and so have forfeited the right to take part in the big decisions. As the one behind Ashworth has decided to stay far from any sort of turmoil. As for Normandy, his stance is rather clear-cut. Gododin smiles at the young Duke. Eleanor simply performs the most minute of bows in return. Vagaries of life. Back in those days, we still had parliamentary banquets here. The King Alistar still sat in the throne room. No one would take his words lightly. In the dark and dusty hall, Duke Gododin literally taps out a bit etched in his memories with one foot, just like in days past. Smoke, music, and the sunlight shined upon him from the dome above. He was a spirited young man back then, with all the lords and ladies at the feast lined up to be his dance partner. Even His Majesty applauded him. Then, together with the other dukes, he sent the king to the gallows. No need to memorialize the dead, Your Grace. His orphan stands before us, does she not? Aye, so she does. What does it matter if Victoria has no king? The siege? That's all I can call you until you accept our proposal. There are better ways to implement your ideas on the infected, the refugees, even though Spain in the arse sarcasm. Madam Speaker. Should I consider this a device from the will of the Empire? Call it an attempt at giving some. We have other means to handle this this near-ruined city. This is not a lifetime appointment. We will judge whether or not you are fit for the position. Just like the past, no? With your dinner plate parliament, a handful of dukes could dance around the king behind closed doors, deciding the nation's future on a whim. And the results? Look outside. We have not yet washed ourselves clean of all the Sarkas blood. You look only at this little city, while I look at the whole of Victoria. If Londinium has become an unclear sapping Victoria, become an ulcer sapping Victoria's strength, I do not mind gouging it out. I will allow other nations to see Victoria bleed, but I will not tolerate them mocking our scars, nauseating though they may be. If you stand in sewer, you cannot expect to have full view of an ancient empire. Do not forget that the family name Victoria is no stranger to me, Your Royal Highness Alexandrina. Man, the art is so intense here. You can almost cut it. So suffocating. Only the strong and the heroic have the power to steer the empire on its future course. Let's not frighten our future friend, Your Grace. Didn't we gather here to soothe our worries in a more pleasant manner? Old Wellington is far from the core. Windermere is in a constant state of uproar, and the rest are keeping an eye on how we stand. Since it's rare for us all to see eye to eye on a matter, let's keep things simple. That I cannot deny. But, Vina, you can do that. You can do far more than this. Though this does not mean the speaker must sit on the throne, Ellie. Are you all finished? Oh. She draws her swords, and the hall falls deathly silent. Vina insisted on recording some minutes of that secret meeting. It was a meeting to decide Londinium's future, so her residents had the right to know what happened exactly. I stood there in my hiding spot, trying to note down every word as impartially as I could, but when I saw Vina draw that sword from her hip, pointing it at those bastards who thought they knew it all, I hoped from my deepest heart she would strike them all down. That way, what came next might have gone differently. My teacher once told me the signs of kings was used to behead rebellious nobles. Jesus Christ. No, not the sides of kings any longer, though I do not know what to call it now. I have not the right to name it, as it was the workers who forged it. To commemorate that victory, whose painful sting has not yet left us. At first, as it lay forgotten upon the muddy battlefield, I thought its duty had ended. But those heroes who lost everything still remember it, because it symbolizes the Victoria held in their heart. They do not wish to see her laden with dust once more. I know what they intended when they gave it to me. They wanted me to judge in their stead. Judge those who brought them to desolation and ruin. But you don't fear it, do you? It was never the sword you feared. Vina gently caresses the flourishes on both sides of the sword's cross guard, every detail sculpted by the artisans of Londinium. A hammer and a sword, they glimmer in the darkness. So long as the sword gleams, Victoria's honor will shine eternal. They begged my aid in reforging the sword, broken to the point of no return, using my hammer as its core. Oh my god, the music! Once reforged, they offered it to me without hesitation. But at the time, I could make no promises. King, speaker, as far as I am concerned, neither title is worth a damn. I am no different from them. I am just a woman who wanted to go home. And when I made it back, what did I find? I didn't see the Grand Victoria you do. But I did see infected children in the boxing gym, hoping to learn pugilism so they could defend their homes. And the drunkards, mouths full of rotting teeth, donating the drinks they had stashed away to the hospitals. Also, soldiers on the operating table could be saved. The glory of empire has long since left us. So far in the distance, it can no longer warm our hard beds in the winter chill of the new year. This sword is the duty they entrusted to me. I need neither parliament nor royal authority to know what I must do. I will do what I can to show them the power they hold in their hands, to make them understand the land is theirs to protect. But until that day comes, I must stand at their forefront, no matter what title I bear. Flowers too may bloom, and so, here in my home. Oh, such cool writing, man. She mentions the sewers because she mentions the sewer just to give a throw a punch at the Duke of Casters. Then mention, what did she said? You cannot see? Whatever. 70 infected refugees, Sarkaz says, no, ruined two cities, lifetime appointments. Where was it? Fuck, aqui, there. If you stand in a sewer, you cannot expect to have full view of an ancient empire. Such cool writing. And then, and then Vina of course responds that when she came home, she didn't see the empire that the Duke of Castor had mentioned, and now she says that the sewers too may bloom. Because the sewers here is an allegory for the lower classes, right? Their positions as a lower society that cannot view the bigger picture. That's so cool. So awesome. Sorry. Sorry, this is a very important motion. I shouldn't be interrupting it. I will not be lectured by the likes of you. Vina firmly plants the sword into the ground, its point passing through the stone like butter. It stands tall before the dukes. All eyes fall upon the quivering sword, a very clear provocation from Vina. Yeah, I don't think she could be even more direct than this. Realm Blade and Miracle. In the wake of the war, those two words have become joined at the hip. Rather than the late king's orphan, they are much more concerned about Vina's other identity. Oh, again throwing back! As the Duke of Gododin mentioned to Eleanor, they stand before the king's orphan. Oh god. Oh, such cool. Okay. Sorry. Well said, my lady. There's really no point in us keeping the sword nowadays. Best you pull it right out. No point in making such a fine blade. Your teacher really did give you a practical education. It seems we were worried over nothing, Duke Castor. This fucking snakes. Of course they already had something planned out to test her. Snakes, vipers. Indeed. A rather childish way of doing things, but one that will win over the people. Parliament will see her mature faster than ever. Wait just a bloody minute. We have no choice, Siege. Sundered Victoria needs a new voice, and you have stepped forward. But I have seen many die by their own blades, leading me to think long and hard about taking up that particular one. Do not let it cut you, Madam Speaker. That is my advice. Oh boy, we are here. She's more clear-headed than your graces think. I would say you've done pretty well so far, Vina. Doctor? Pardon me, Your Grace. We were unable to stop the doctor. Yeah, I can see why. Hello, monster. You are dismissed. Londinium needs a leader who can protect everyone. You cannot rely on anyone else. Doctor. The final decision is yours, naturally. We will do everything we can to help the infected here. How interesting. A pharmaceutical company specialized in oropathy that often dips its toes into areas outside of its expertise. Yeah, what can I say? You circumvented the Ducal Alliance and tendered a ceasefire with those sarcasms. Well, there was no reaction from your Grace's fleet. So you assented to it, did you not? Merely a gift. Thanks for all you have done on the battlefield. There are some lines that must not be crossed. We will await your answer, Siege. As for Rhodes Island, you lot have been keeping quiet for a while now. Why the sudden urgency? Time itself makes for irrational decisions. Who time is it? Vina, have a good think about what the people you're still protecting really need. And remember, if you do make your decision, don't get too close with those Rhodes Islanders. I believe I have a good relationship with Duke of Normandy, my lady. That is exactly why I am warning Vina, Doctor of Rhodes Island. Well, she's not quite like the other dukes. So, what should we do now, Doctor? You already have your answer, don't you, Vina? It's not good for Rhodes Island, for Rhodes to get more involved in Londinium's affairs. Amia's already left for Casdell. She's going to Casdell? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. That Casdell would be the next destination for Rhodes Island. After all, she does need to talk to Tiresias. To deal with the Sarka situation as the current King of Fiends. Amia's already left for Castel. Most of our staff will withdraw from Londinium ASAP. And now you're back to the present. The Sina Seldel's Parliamentary Chamber, December 8th. So this is like October. October is 8th, right? So 4 months after that reunion. Alright. Oh, fuck, what voice did I give this guy again? It's been a long time since Babel. Focus. Been a long time since Babel took my brothers away. As for us who stayed, it's been real rough lately. Just do it already. You've got nothing else to say. I've got nothing else to say. I'm sorry. I am almost illiterate. I must have let you know. He looks all around him, watching the people on their benches whisper to one another uneasily, an uncautious sneer on his face. Wait. Was it on purpose? Did he attack the shopkeep on purpose, knowing that he would be here in front of all these nobles and the speaker? Oh, he could have done that. Is he? No, he could. If that's the case, he did it on purpose, coming here. Just so he could say his piece in front of everyone. Couldn't have done it alone, could he? Is he being backed by the... What's the name he goes now? Mills Crane? I already forgot. Goddamn, Allerdale. Is he being backed by Allerdale? Is this how he connects it with what's happening between the gang, the short supplies of medicine, as Delphine has mentioned earlier. Is this what's happening right now? But okay, let's say hypothetically, he's indeed attacked the shopkeep to be able to say his piece in front of everyone. And let's say hypothetically, he is indeed being beckoned by Allerdale. Why? What's the point of all this? From Allerdale perspective, doesn't really make sense. So maybe he's not being backed out by anyone. He's doing this on his own accord. I guess it makes more sense. If he is indeed did it on purpose, he's a... what a sly little... Arkan. What a sly little guy. What a cunning bastard. I mean, I understand what he's trying to say. I'm not saying that what he's doing is necessarily bad. I understand his situation he's in, but... Considering that I am more biased towards Siege's side, the fact that he's throwing one more trouble for her to deal with doesn't really bring me much enjoyment. Sorry. This place feathered him, and in his magnanimity, it also feathered those who would decide his fate. Not too long ago, Vienna vetoed a proposal to use the Palace of West Halig to house the Parliament. Instead, choosing this building rented out by the royal family. Often maybe. Oh, I think that was a typo. Yeah, that sounds like definitely a typo. Man, Hypergriff needs to have their quality check department. Make them get it together. We hoped this would be the starting point of a new parliament. Oh, there we go. Hello, Dolphin. I finished looking into him, Vina. Longshot, a lifelong mercenary, hails from a place in Casdell called the Scar Market. Okay. During the war, he took part in defending the city in the name of the military commission. He never saw the front lines. Right. 2 months ago, Babel organized a withdrawal effort. He didn't follow them. Instead, he got captured by Indra and Dakta while covering for some local Sarkas as they evacuated. You really did save him. Oh, fuck. This makes things even more awkward. Withdrawal followed him. Instead, he got captured by Indra and Dakta while covering for some local Sarkas as they evacuated. Yeah, during the war, not the evacuation after it, perhaps during it. I don't remember that. After he committed this latest crime of his, we followed his trail and found the people he was hiding. His daughter has been helping a few Sarkas leave the city this past 2 months, but this time she's part of the group sneaking out herself. Yeah. You attacked the shopkeep who recognized you for supplies, didn't you? Restrain him! Don't lose your temper just yet, Longshot. Your loved ones managed to slip through your fingers. Someone's helping them. Oh man, I'm so good. Holy shit, I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm so good. He is being backed off by someone. It's so good. Ah man, sometimes sometimes it hurts being this good. It hurts on my conscience because I'm raising the bar too high for art, and they just can't keep up. What to say? It hurts me. It really does, Sorry. I'm sorry. Milscar, that's the name. Sounds familiar, right? Their business is creeping to places they shouldn't be creeping into. If he attacked the shop... Here. You attack the shopkeeper, recognize you for supplies. His daughter has been helping a few Sarkas leave the city this past 2 months. But this time she's part of the group sneaking out herself. Sarkas exploitative, of course. You attacked the shopkeep who recognized you for supplies, didn't you? This line, recognize you for supplies, leaves me a bit. Did the shopkeep... Okay, there's 2 scenarios here that I am interpreting this phrase from. Either the shopkeep tried to reach out to Longshot here in search of supplies and ended up recognizing him. And so, as a matter of defense, Longshot attacked the shopkeep. Or the shopkeep sell out or try to sell out Longshot's whereabouts in exchange for try to sell out Longshot's whereabouts in exchange for supplies. I don't know, this phrase is a little ambiguous to me, but either way the result's still the same. If Longshot indeed only attacked the shopkeep just because he recognized him, so perhaps it was not a orchestrated attack. It was more like a improvised self-defense. So I was half right on my supposition. The fact that he went here in front of everyone and said his piece was not intentional. It was something of the moment that he had with him, that came to him at the moment. But he is being backed out by Alderdale, or should I say Milscar. That I was right about. Man, it's so good to feed my ego. I don't know if a damn thing fell line. Just kill me already. Or my blood's going to get this pretty little place all dirty. The wars just ended, and you are already trembling at the sight of some red? None of you sitting here have even 1/10 of the honesty of those Sarkas who refuse to call Victorians. Just leave the rest to me. Alright. horse. What is a horse voice? Is this what a horse voice sounds like? Any new instructions from Her Grace on the latest going-ons in the city? Her Grace has long since been aware of the trouble this Sarkas and the Muscar have been causing, and she is very concerned about the safety of the citizens. But now Parliament is fully assembled, and since the Speaker has been doing a fine job on solving the issues plaguing the citizenry, she believes things will improve. However, when it comes to rooting out the risks against Londinium's safety, Her Grace is of the opinion that we should not tarry, especially in regards to Muscar. And so, there are still problems in the city that we must urge the Speaker to resolve sooner rather than later. Yeah, because the more she waits, the worse it gets. Muscar Hideout, December 8th, 1098. This is the impatient guy. Okay, hello back. Boss, Parliament's hanged that devil, but we managed to snag the stuff he left for us. These goods. Send them out. But, boss, that's way too risky right now. Parliament's been trying to sniff us out 24/7. Then hide them for a spell. They've paid their due, so we'll get them delivered. No need to worry about anything else. Nobody knows about this batch anyway. Maybe we can just... Oh boy. The mercenary gestures at his neck, but a sharp pain accompanied by a chill suddenly prickles at his chin. Boss, I had to say it. Even if you kill me, that's the best way to handle things. Didn't those devils kill a whole bunch of our people? If you really cared, you'd be on the exemplars list of decommissioned soldiers. Not here. But there's nothing wrong with caution, I suppose. With the new Speaker so concerned about the city's safety, we are an inevitable target alongside the Sarkis. Those devils brought it upon themselves though. 2 months ago, they decided not to withdraw alongside the rest of their kin. Now that things are heading south for them and they finally wish to flee, it's natural they have to pay extra. Oh, so that's what happened. Why they have not decided to leave? Oh yeah, because they have settled themselves here. They brought them their families. Right. So they don't. So they decided that they already have too much here to abandon right now. So they decided to stay. But Londinium's not very welcoming to them. Yikes. Don't worry. If this goes well, more and more business opportunities will be coming our way. Yeah, we're going to keep selling cheap medicine. Maybe some weapons too. Oh, this is a new NPC sprite. Hello. The uniform. Yeah, they're still Victorian soldiers. You're back. How did it go? Did you manage to get any? Sanatoriums is as full as a team of fans. Everyone's trying to get their suppressants as soon as they can. Not to mention what just happens to Madam Major. Sorry, Diane. Not even exemplars getting special treatment. Rhode Island's been working around the clock to provide as many suppressants as they can. But there's just too many new infected. I understand. Well, it's not like we've got no way of getting any. I've heard from some war buddies that there's private channels. No, man, no, please, don't worry. Don't try it. Not worth it. Illegal ones? Hey, as long as you live to see another day. There's other means of buying medicine? Huh. My boss never told me we have competitors. Sure, you didn't hear me wrong, mister. Oh, Bobby, there you are. What are you about? I don't remember ever seeing you before. Oh, sorry. My trip from Colombia must have tired me out too much. Hello, I am Elicio. Here, my business card. Colombia? Pure Heart Medical? Oh, is he part of one of those one of those companies that Eleanor hinted that could do business with Victoria right now? That's right. I rushed over to Victoria to find 1 second. Let me check my list. Ever since I arrived in Londinium, nearly everything's been different from how the preliminary briefing described it. Found it. Londinium's interim health secretary, Madam Major. Oof. The one who died? Oof. Could you tell me how to get to the Office of Provisional Supply Procurement? Rest assured, I am here representing Pure Heart Medical to discuss medical cooperation. The situation here will get better soon. Or so you hope. Well, about that... Did I say something wrong? Didn't you hear the news? Madam Major has passed away just this morning. Sorry. Sorry, I lost my cool for a second. No matter how hard we must strive, Pure Heart Medical sincerity and dedication will not change. But right now, could you please take me to her office? Ah, man, the situation is horrible. The situation is awful. And you know what else is awful? The fact that I don't have more time to do the stream, and I only have, counting today, 3 days remaining to finish the story. Man, I hope I can finish. Maybe tomorrow I can try to stream earlier. If that doesn't work, so even if I stream earlier tomorrow, that doesn't work, then perhaps Monday I can try to stream even earlier. I don't think I can do a really long one. That's... reading all of this really put some challenges upon my throat. I don't think I can take a really long stream. Maybe we can do two streams on 2 different times at the same day. Maybe. I don't know. I'll see. But the situation's horrible. The situation is awful. Usually that's something we don't really think about, you know, the aftermath of a war. And it's interesting to see this aftermath being described not described, being shown in the Arknights story. I mean, this is not the first time. We did see more or less the aftermath of Chernobyl, but we didn't really have a event especially focused on it like this one. We had some passengers spread throughout various events and character files explaining what happened to Chernobyl after it. But right now, this is specifically about the aftermath, not about the... what word should I say? It seems to be about the aftermath of the war and not about Big Venus specifically. I mean, it's still about Vina. We are going to see... we are just not going to see much about her past, but more about how she transitions from being a goon, a street goon, to some kind of governor. It doesn't seem like she wants to take the mantle of a king. As she said, she wants to let the people know that they are the ones who rule this country. As she said to the nobles during Geo1 after. She's going to do fine. She's going to do fine. Perhaps she's going to find a few obstacles like the sarcasm, like Milscard, aka Allendale, but we all know she's going to do fine. But nonetheless, I still want to see how she goes with it. And because I want to see how she goes with it, tomorrow, another stream, of course. Hopefully I can stream at least an hour earlier. Just so I hope I can get to... oh, this counts at 2. We can at least get to Geo 5. Geo 4 or Geo 5, hopefully. Then for the rest, I really will need to pull some spectacular performance out of my ass to be able to do everything here in either one sitting or organize my schedule to do 2 streams at the same day, letting some time in between for me to rest. Not expecting someone to appear, not gonna lie. Thank you for showing, Shadow Pen, if you're still there. If not, that's fine too. With everything said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.